Hello! Today I'm going to be talking about how to pass your interview with Gogokid. Alright, so in this video I am not going to show you guys the PowerPoint from Gogokid because that's their material. I want to keep it confidential, and I'm also not going to tell you exactly what I did. I'm going to give you strategies throughout. So strategies kind of like breaking down the sentences, teaching vocabulary before you teach in a sentence, counting out with your fingers, giving praise, and then little things you can do to get a response. And so this, by all means, is not something you should copy exactly. Follow what teaching style works for you, follow what you feel comfortable with, but these are just some ideas of things you can use in this interview and then as a teacher. So these strategies are things that you're going to want to use as a teacher all the time. You're always going to want to break things down, you're always going to want to give praise, and you're always going to want to define different words with either motions or pictures so that they understand what you're talking about. And you're always going to want to give lots of time for responses. If you're already teaching online, this interview is going to be very similar to what you're already doing every day. But if you're new to online teaching, definitely watch these tips and tricks to help you ace your interview. Alright, so slide number 1. This is the introduction slide. So the way that I like to do this is I introduce myself first. So I'll go, hello, my name is Teacher Madeline, and I like to have my name here, and I point to myself. And then I ask, what is your name? And then I cut my ear for a response. So the big thing about the introduction, you want to be high energy and you want to give them time to respond. So bring your energy up, hello, get a big smile on your face, you're excited to see them. One thing that you want to do when you are teaching English is get the child to respond in a full sentence. So let's say you say, hello, what is your name? And the child responds, Elsa. Go, hello, Elsa. Good. My name is Elsa. And then listen. So you want to get them to speak in a full sentence. I love counting with my fingers to show a full sentence. And then when you want them to repeat something, point to your lips and then cup your ear. That's kind of what we generally do online teaching to show them what we want them to do. We want a response. We want them to repeat. And so we never say no. You don't want to say no or wrong or anything like that. You praise for everything they do, even if they say something completely wrong. Good. So instead of correcting and going no, you model, and that's how you show them what you want them to do. And so the hello slide, keep it quick, keep it fast, keep it cheerful, and really peppy, and then try to get them to say their name in a full sentence if you can. If you want to say, how are you? You can do that. I would keep it simple because this is a beginner English learner. Alright, slide number 2. This is the reward slide. Remember again, throughout this whole entire thing, beginner language learner. So you're not going to use a bunch of incidental language. You're going to make sure that you're defining and pointing to what you're trying to say. And so on this slide, all you need to say is, Elsa, when you do a good job, you earn a monkey. And for me, I did my own reward system because I love this one for trials already. But if you want to follow the one that they have on the slide, you can use a banana and do monkey gets a banana. But I like to point to what you're giving them, so you could point to the banana, point to the monkey, define it. You earn a monkey. And then I have my little tree and I put my little monkey on. And so you can do something of your own, you can follow what they have. I did my own, it was fine. But make sure that whatever you're doing, you're pointing to the thing that you're defining. So you get a banana, banana, and you could have them repeat the word. But make sure that you're kind of pointing, earn, this. You don't have to add a bunch more after that. Just give them the basics, maybe have them repeat a word. Alright, slide number 3. On this slide, we're introducing them to our friends, Alex and Amy. And so we're trying to get them to say hi. So what I would do, circle on this screen, have your little cutout, you can just print out the PowerPoint. Alex, Alex, hi Alex, and you can repeat it for Amy. Really simple. Remember to teach that one word in isolation first, then teach hi with the motion, have them wave, and then maybe repeat 1 or 2 times for that. And then after that, you can give them a reward if you want, or you can just move on to the next slide. Alright, so slide number 4. On this slide, we are teaching them animals. And so you can say, what animals do you see? Remember, use TPR. So see, we're using that. You were pointing. Just reminders. So I like to have cutouts of the animals. I just found these online. I have my octopus, I have my dragon, my cat, and my dog. So I'd circle on the screen the first animal, dog, dog. I see a dog. And do that for each animal. So remember, always define that one vocabulary word, then teach it in a sentence. If they miss it, you can use your fingers. I see a dog to kind of count that out. If you're in a live interview, one mistake that they might make is I see a octopus. Remember, good. I see an octopus. So good job, and correct it. If you're doing the recorded one, you want to show that you're correcting the student that's not actually in the room, and so that's a good example that you can do. I think I did that in mine, where I went, I see an octopus, just to show that that's how I would correct a student. That's something that I'm aware of that could go wrong. Alright, so for this slide, you're going to go ahead and underline each word, say it, have the child repeat, and then have them draw a line to match the word that you're saying to the animal. And so I like to always have my mouse picture. This shows draw a line. It helps a lot to have this little visual. So on the screen, I'm going to underline cat, draw a line, cat. Kind of go like that if you want. And then you can model the first one. So you draw a line to the cat. You can circle the cat when you say cat a second time and draw a line, or just draw the line. It's up to you. And then kind of watch for the student. If you're in a live one, praise them when they get it. If you're doing a recorded one, pretend to praise them. Good! If they did it. And you're going to do that for each one. Some things on this that you could do: if the child's mispronouncing an animal, you can clap it out. You can always do that with teaching online. A lot of times in the other company I work for, kids miss longer words like computer. So clapping it out, and then just saying it slowly, maybe working on whatever syllable they're missing if your interviewer does mess up, or if you want to stimulate that mistake in your recorded interview. Alright, so this slide, the math slide, I think is probably one of the trickiest, because you're like, what am I exactly teaching? How do I not use incidental language on this? So the thing is, these kids probably know math maybe better than you. A lot of my ESL students at my other company know math better than me by age 6, I swear. So on this, what you're really giving them is the words to express the math problem. So what I like to do on this one, I had cutouts for plus and equals. So plus and then equals. And then I taught the word apple. So apple. Pretend to eat it if you just want to use your hand. You can have 2 apples, you can have a real apple, you can do whatever you want with this. Teach apple, teach equals, and teach plus all separately. You can circle on the screen, you can have your pictures with you, you can do both. After you get the child to repeat each of those at least once, then you can do the math problem. I like to write on the screen the number, so that way they can see 1 and then 2. So 1 plus 1, and read it slowly with them, equals how many? And then you can listen. 1, 2, and you can write that on there really quick. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. You don't have to say how many for each one. Just go through the math problem. The next slide is math as well, so just slowly go through each thing. Listen that they're pronouncing everything correctly. If they don't pronounce something correctly, remember to say good. Repeat the word for them, maybe underline it if they miss it, if they're reading the whole problem off independently. And then model, draw a line. You can use the mouse picture again and model for them what you want them to do. A lot of them would get this very quickly. And so once you get to this math slide, just let them do their thing. If your interviewer doesn't understand, you can walk through it with them, but they're going to understand that math. It's really just the pronunciation that they're not going to get. Alright, so on this slide you're going to be doing friends. So remember, when you're teaching every slide, and this applies to lessons once you're a teacher too, you want to define words first, give them a visual, make sure they understand what the words mean, and then work for a sentence. So speaking in complete sentences is great, but you want to make sure that they understand what they're saying. And so for this one, underline friends, circle friends, you can have a picture of friends, teach the word friends, then ask the question, how many friends do you have? I like to do this when I'm asking a question to show that I'm looking for a response, and then go like this, waiting for the response. Then you can count the friends with the child. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can write the numbers, you can use your fingers, you can have friends that you hold up, whatever works for you. And then I have 4 friends. Make sure they get that sentence in. Alright, so on this slide you're doing, what do you like to do with your friends? And so you're going to ask that, and then I like to define each word: toys, sports, and games. So I like to do each of these words separately, say it, have them repeat it, and then use the sentence, I like to play games. And you can point to the picture, with my friends. And I'd break that sentence into half. So have them repeat the first half, then the second half. Then if you're in a live interview, see how your interviewer's doing. If they're getting it, go ahead and try the complete sentence, but if they're not, keep it nice and short. And remember to give praise. So if you haven't given a monkey in the last few slides, this would be a good time to give a monkey or a banana, whatever reward system you decide to do. Make sure you're doing that throughout this whole thing. I would say every 2 or 3 slides, make sure you reward, and then make sure you're always saying good job and giving lots of praise. Yes, good job, great. Those are my favorite things to do. Sometimes I clap, just really simple phrases, not you are doing so wonderful with math. You want to keep it really short and simple. So then you have your goodbye song. So my favorite thing to do is have a music note when it's time to sing to show that we are about to sing when they don't know what the word song means. So I hold this up, goodbye song, and then just go through the song really slowly. Underline as you go, goodbye, goodbye, and then see you soon. And just go through the song. You can praise at the end if you finish early, if you finish before the 10 minutes, stretch out the praise. You can count the rewards. You probably won't finish early, but if you do that, some things that you can do to fill up that little time. And then you go to that last slide and you say, goodbye, Elsa. Listen for their goodbye, goodbye. And this can go as fast or as slow as you want it to, but make it really cheerful and peppy and give them a big goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful. If you haven't applied to Gogokid yet and you would like to and need a referral, I have my information down below. Go ahead and send me an email. I would love to help guide you through the referral process. I have PDF forms and then props for all of my referrals to help them through the process. And I'm also happy to FaceTime you if you need any one-on-one help and you want to practice before you go into the interview. And so that information is down below. And then also if you have any questions, feel free to leave those below or email me. And thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.